Welcome back with Level Up Games. Rom here, interviewing tonight's Legacy winner, Chris Wright. Exactly, like he said. How are you doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing quite all right. Thank you for asking. I wanted to know, what deck did you crush the competition with tonight?
White-Red Initiative.
I would say I've heard quite a bit about that deck. Glad to see I get to interview someone who's done well with it tonight here. And I want to talk to you a bit about your games. What was maybe one of the easier matches of tonight?
Probably the lands match. I've made changes to the sideboard. I've actually gone in on Armageddons, which is entertaining with White-Red because you really just want to land an initiative creature and then wait for your opportunity to Armageddon them so that they're basically out of the game by that point.
I'll say it sounds pretty difficult to come back from an effect like that, and then you just get to ride the power of the initiative to victory. So it makes a lot of sense, that nice sweet tech for that matchup. And then what about one of the more difficult matches of tonight?
The 4-color natural order deck was a real challenge. I was lucky that the opponent sort of got mana screwed and I was able to hit Magus of the Moon. But that's a very difficult match because they both play land destruction, but then they can just turn 4 natural order for whatever thing that just kills me. The game is basically over at that point.
I say racing to them dropping natural order sounds like quite the clock, especially with Soul Disruption lined up by them for what your deck is doing. But glad you're able to get there nonetheless. And I know you came around and played Legacy here for a good bit. And I just want to get some of your thoughts on maybe how you feel about the format, whether you think the format's kind of healthy or you think maybe something should be unbanned or banned.
I really like the format right now. I think there's a lot of creative work going on in the format. I mean, I know people feel like, oh, it's the Bowmaster format, but I think the return of mono black decks and the creativity decks, I think a lot of that stuff is actually really interesting and forces people to really be attentive to understanding what their opponent's deck is doing, which for me means it's a good format, right? It means that you're playing exciting, engaged Magic.
I would say I definitely like that synopsis. So I know some people usually like to cry over certain cards entering the format that are just very oppressive or strong on their own, of course, but there's nothing wrong with bringing new challenges to existing archetypes.
I play the worst mechanic in Magic and Legacy right now. As an initiative player, I have no right to complain about anybody's bad mechanics. It's really not fair.
That's fair. Well, either way, glad you're able to still take it down tonight, getting some sweet victories nonetheless. I wanted to thank you for your time and have a good night.
Thank you, guys. Love the place.